guys, it's okay. Liam Killen. Warning that there are a lot of link and description mentions in this video, so prepare yourselves. Real quick before we get started, take a look at my SoundCloud. There's a bunch of beat examples there, linked in description. I've been releasing a bunch of music this past year, so yeah, go check it out. I've dabbled a bunch on this channel with new gear, DAWs, vintage gear as well. Like this Wurlitzer here I have in the back. Let's check it out. Whoop. Oh baby, baby, I've been feeling so confused. I also have a Tascam Portastudio 424 MK2, which I've covered a bunch here on YouTube as well. And that's pretty much the extent of my vintage gear at this point. In terms of new gear, things like the OP1, OPZ, Arturia Microlab, Drum Brute Impact, SB404, the list goes on. I'm all about discovering new electronic music gear. I've actually left a link in the description to all of my playlists categorized by instruments that I've touched on YouTube. Maybe there's something there you're interested in. So now about software, in particular, this new sample pack that I just picked up. It's the Slate Digital EDM sample pack. It's 100% free, so make sure to go pick it up. I mean, why wouldn't you? You got nothing to lose. I've left a link for that in the description. I've got the pack pulled up here. We have midi samples, which is what we're gonna look into today. And we also have samples like one-shots, tonal samples, effects, drums, vocal chops. We're gonna look at the EDM signature progressions. A lot of these lean pretty heavily into the pop realm, like you're gonna see. A lot of it has to do with the instrument that you choose. For example, this is a piano. Let's take a listen to a few of these riffs. It feels like we're stuck in pop realm forever. Piano is a very poppy instrument. So let's take the original riff that I used for the track, which is this one. Let's hear it on piano. And I'm gonna pull that down to DX7. This is like an 80s FM sound. Ultimately, this is the selling point for me about this MIDI pack. The fact that you could change instruments on a whim. You could also change some of the notes, which is what we're going to be doing next. And that's all it takes. So this is the full riff all together. I just changed one of the four to create like a longer loop. You guys know I'm about that flexibility. Now's a good point to say that if you have your own MIDI keyboard and a general sense of chords and riffs, you could obviously just do this yourself. But even still, sometimes you're stuck creatively and this pack just gives you a nice point to start from. Or if you have no knowledge of chords whatsoever and you're just relying on your ears, once again, good starting point. Next, I'm gonna take this riff and bounce it into my Tascam Portastudio 424 MK2. It's time to make this thing lo-fi. This is the part that I love. Okay, great. So I have everything bounced into the Tascam now. I tend to slow down the pitch when I use the Tascam. It gives that like sort of buttery, earthy tone that you guys know I'm all about. I already know there's gonna be people in the comments that say you could just do this through your DAW. It'd be a lot easier. Well, guess what? It's not the same, and I will fight you if you think it is. You can't just fully and authentically imitate magnets and metal. Those inconsistencies that come with tape, and especially cassette tape, are what gives it that sort of gritty and realistic tone. Software comes close, but it does not achieve it exactly, which is why this digital / MIDI / analog combination has been a go-to for me for the past while. Let's hear it. I'm gonna slow it down. That's nice. Let's hear that back one more time. I just want to make sure that's correct. Maybe a bit quicker. I like that. Great, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna bounce this back into my DAW. All right, you might be thinking he's back. He's got an outfit change in the middle of the video. What's going on with that? Unfortunately, upon editing this video, there were a few technical difficulties, so I actually have to re-record this part. Too bad. So this next part is oftentimes a tedious part because we're left with a sample that is at a different tempo. Going back to the original pre-Tascam sample, we're at 150 BPM, and I figured out that we are at 136 with the new tempo. So here's the difference between the two. We actually got lucky here because oftentimes the new tempo is somewhere in between the cracks, in which case you'd have to edit it and chop it up so that it lines up with the new tempo. We didn't have to do that here, so that's great. Let's take this even a step further. We're gonna run the full track through the Tascam, maybe slow it down, speed it up. We'll see what sounds better. We'll do like a little YouTube poll here. Do you guys like faster or slower? Let me know in the comments. This is the faster speed. Dirty. Or we'll be going out on the same track, and I'm going to be experimenting with pitch control and tape speed. Mess around with that a little bit. Now, go check out my SoundCloud for more of my music, linked in the description. Reminder that the original sample that I used for this track is from the Slate EDM sample pack, which is lots of gems in there. 100% free, also linked in the description. Make sure you check it out. You have nothing to lose. I mean, like, why wouldn't you? Obviously, you guys know that you're the best. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you either this week or next.